So here I've set up the glitch where the owl is in its dialogue state, even though we're not in dialogue with the owl. And so you can see I can't press A to talk to the owl. And when you're in this state, remember if you have a 2-option text box like a stored Song of Time or Song of Double Time, then pressing the second option will trigger the owl's save feature. You can, however, interrupt the fade out that normally takes you to the title screen if you pull out the ocarina just after selecting the second option. This also works if you pull a trade item or anything with a text box that can come up and interrupt the text box that's already on the screen. When you save an owl like this, you get to experience a state restoring effect. For example, keep an eye on my stick count on my left C button. Looking closer at what happened though, I select the bottom option in the text box to save. The text box then gets interrupted by a new text box from the room key. I quickly cancel that, break my stick on the wall going down to 9 sticks, and a few moments later, the stick count magically jumps back to 10 again. For those familiar with the 0th day glitch, this is a very similar thing. You save, which saves a lot of data related to your file, and then a few seconds later that data is restored. An interesting use case for this comes from the fact that there are actually 2 variables that store the player transformation form. One is stored alongside all the save data, and that will get restored when we save, and the other is stored with the player data, which doesn't get saved. So I can save as Deku and then immediately turn Goron, and then a few moments later the game is going to restore the variable in my save file to say that I'm Deku, even though the player data and what you can physically see is that I am Goron. So those two are not matched up, and we get a glitch where we can actually use any item. So I'm using Bomb Shoes as Goron here. So again, the state restoring effect was already a thing with 0th day, but with the owl statues it's a little bit more versatile because it doesn't require Song of Time, so we can restore things like items and temporary flags that Song of Time would normally just delete. So potentially some new interesting applications in the future.